Welcome back. From the poison dart frogs of Central and South America to the Siamese crocodile of Southeast Asia, some of the most fascinating animals in the world are right here in Atlanta for the next few months.
To the Good Day Atlanta feature reporter, Paul Milliken, right? Fernbank Museum just opened a pair of summer exhibits showcasing how the animals have survived and thrived for centuries. Good Day's Paul Milliken is live at Fernbank this morning. Paul, the museum getting kind of wild this summer, aren't they?
It is indeed. Look, you guys better be nice to me. I have access to some creatures I could bring back to the studio. We are right around the corner from the Fox 5 studio. Sharon, just imagine getting back to your desk and you open the desk drawer and that little girl's waiting for you. That's Curly up there. And then Buck maybe gets into his car and we've got a nice boa constrictor right there. This is amazing. I have never been so excited on live TV because I love these guys. We're live at Fernbank this morning with the brand new Nature's Ninjas exhibit. This is the very brave man standing next to me. So Del, you clearly have no fear of anything in the world. Is that correct?
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but actually one of the topics we usually start with at our presentations, where you do get to meet and learn about the animals, it's not just an exhibit with pretty panels on it, is actually how afraid of this animal we should be. Because although these are used as the monsters in the movies very often, there is actually no such thing as a deadly tarantula.
No kidding.
No, so they are venomous. 100% of tarantulas are venomous. That doesn't tell you a lot about how dangerous they are. 100% of bees are venomous.
Oh, sure.
Bee stings, much more dangerous than tarantula bites.
No kidding. Wow. All right. Well, first of all, let's just start general. So Nature's Ninjas, brand new here. It's going to be here all summer at Fernbank Museum. So what is the theme of this exhibit?
So Nature's Ninjas is about defenses of the animal kingdom. Okay. For instance, one of the reasons why this tarantula is so calm on my hand, not worried that I might be an animal that would put her in my mouth, is because of this hair. Because of this hair, she can rest easy, because anything that tries to put her in their mouth is going to become very itchy. They're going to have a very, very bad day.
Wow. And you know what's weird? So I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I can see like a little wispy web coming off. So do they make web?
They do make web. They don't really use them for either defense or weapon. They kind of use their web as a security system. Okay. They put web on the floor of their house. The web goes out the door of their house and kind of covers their front lawn. And she can know, just based off of the vibrations that she feels at home, what is outside her house. Nice. This may not sound like it's about defense. This is totally about defense. The ability for her to A, stay home and know what's outside, and 2, go 1 to 2 years without food is, I like to frame it as a defense against starvation, a defense against scarcity. While animals like falcons, they can't stay home and wait for food to come by. They have to go out and expose themselves to predators, to the cold, to the sun, to diseases, to pollution, etc. These guys' ability to hide, to stay home, and actually go a long time without food is actually one of the ultimate defenses that we talk about.
That is really incredible. Okay, let's talk about this guy right here. Now, is this a male or a female boa constrictor here?
Probably a female.
Okay.
There are 2 ways to be sure. One is if your animal lays eggs, pretty good clue. Yeah. Otherwise, a genetic test is the only way to be sure. There is one other way to tell called probing, where you have to stick something where you don't want things stuck.
Yeah, we don't have to do that on live television.
I was going to say this. We don't do it at all unless it is called for.
Okay, so where would you find this boa constrictor in the wild?
So this is a Colombian red-tailed boa constrictor, although it's not limited to Colombia. Boa constrictors in general, South America, rainforest.
Okay, and what are the defenses of this boa constrictor?
Oh, there are a ton to go over. So mainly hiding, camouflage. With many other snakes, you can think about almost everything. Every single snake will actually wiggle its tail, for instance. Some snakes will use bright colors to pretend they're venomous, whether or not they actually are venomous. We can go into a lot more, yes.
Wow. All right, well, this is fascinating, and there are so many more animals to show you. You will see them live on Good Day Atlanta this morning, so don't go anywhere. My defense, as our anchors know, is usually just to curl up into a ball and fall on the floor. Is that a good defense, would you say? I mean, that's
funny you should mention that. One of the snakes that we use is called a ball python. It is the most commonly kept pet snake. That is a defense of the snake.
There you go.
So although it doesn't seem like a hedgehog type animal, there are lots of similarities between very different animals that use very similar defenses.
See, so it's not embarrassing that's what I do, Buck and Sharon. It's not just me.
They also cry in the fetal position as well.
Yeah, not embarrassing at all.
I cry
Paul.
in the fetal position every single night. Yeah.
Sharon and I were discussing this segment kind of calls for reporter involvement. I want to test that theory about the bite being less than a bee sting.
OMG.
I think don't think we'll test it on live television. I'll totally do it off camera, and I'll report back to you. How about that? I mean, I can do a full report later.
Just don't do it and say that you did. How about that?
That's what he always does.
Sharon, it's coming to your desk drawer.
Don't you dare. I suffer from arachnophobia. Don't you dare. All right, Paul. Thank you.